One more thing to say about Gnosticism. Even with the Gnostic texts, and we don't have a single full Gnostic text, um, the sayings of Thomas don't really count. They're not really Gnostic. They're just kind of other. Not all non-canonical writings are Gnostic. Not all of them are heretical. Uh, Not all the heretical ones are Gnostic. Remember, we have different movements out there. The Docists comes in forms of Marcion and Gnostic. We had Sabellianists. I mean, the whole gamut. You had every form. You had the Manichaeans, which were a mixture of Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, and Christianity. But even with these texts, we don't know what the Gnostics believed. We don't know how they were used. Imagine picking up a Gospel of Mark and trying to deduce Christianity from that, trying to get the Catholic Church from the Book of Mark, or the First John. Imagine reading First John and coming out with Jehovah's Witness or a group like that. I'm not even fully sure that we know what the Gospel of Mark means. I mean, either it was just a story to go along with the oral teachings that they didn't write down, or there's other meanings in there. I think because it doesn't tell us anything. It, the, I'm always amazed at the Book of Mark of how little you can actually glean from it. So even with these texts, and I said we don't have a full text, there's little bits eaten away, and we're not sure which. There were no dictionaries back then. Languages were standardized, especially Greek and Latin, but still there were variations, and there were spelling errors. But even if we have the complete text, we still can't possibly know. Remember, the Gnostics were secret. They were a mystery religion. You had different echelons. There's a thought, and I don't agree with it, that there's three versions of the Book of Mark. The one we have is for the catechumens, and that there was one with more information for the higher ups, and then the complete version in final form. Uh, but these Gnostic texts, even though we can read them and have some insight, we still can't ever be Gnostics. We can't ever go back to that. That teaching was lost and cut off, and we only have scraps. And it's like trying to rebuild the Roman Catholic Church from half of the Book of Mark. Just food for thought.